And now, the Purple Room.
Welcome into Season 2 of the Purple Room podcast. We are so excited that you liked us enough to join us back for a second season. The Purple Room podcast is presented by Clutch City Cluckers. We're so excited to get started. We're actually all in 3 different states right now. Our producer, Adam Gattuso, is in Louisiana. David is in New York, and I am in New Jersey. So David, he's repping the New York Yankees. We love to see it. David, how was finals and how was going back home?
Finals was stressful. I was ready to get home since like the end of April. Finally home though. I'm excited to be here. When I took a bite of my mom's food, I cried tears of joy. And I remembered how horrible I am at cooking. I remember how much I've been starving myself on campus. It has been like a paradise. And it's like the first week back. So my mom isn't mad at me yet. Like she's not nagging yet. So she's still like making me food and bringing me the food. I'm just like, oh my God. I feel like I'm a king at home again. But she's already started yelling at me again. So things about to go back to normal. What about you?
My goodness. It's been really fun. I feel like I've just gone just about everywhere. I've been to Philly already. I went down south. I've just been kind of just like, I have a car now, so I feel like I can just go anywhere I want. And it doesn't matter. It's just different.
You whipping, Patricia?
No, what do we want to do? But the first day I was back, I got pizza because of, on there. No offense, guys, but pizza's not the same. So that was the first thing I did, and it's been awesome. I've had a bagel already, too, so can't go wrong with those 2 items in New Jersey and in New York. I'll give you credit for that, too.
Doing it the right way. I got some pizza, too, when I came down. Look, even the Domino's taste different. Like, no offense to the Domino's by Baton Rouge, because they've held me down on some rough Saturdays after football games. You got nothing to eat in the house, but I took a bite out of the pizza yesterday. I was like, wow, this is New York.
We'll have this discussion for another day, but I don't know how you were from New York and stomach Domino's.
I love Domino's. I love every type of pizza.
You are from New York.
Listen,
you can get homemade pizza, and you're going to Domino's?
Look, I'm a big pizza guy. I went to my son Frank 10 blocks away. That's the first guy I seen. But yesterday I was with some friends. We got some Domino's. It was still good. I love Domino's pizza. I'm a big Domino's guy. Hopefully, y'all see this and, hit me up. Give me some NIL money.
We'll get to that later. The one thing I will say, pumping gas has really changed my life. I love that I don't have to pump my own gas in New Jersey. That's one of the reasons I won't have a car in Louisiana. Oh, yeah, no. Yep. I got Anderson pumping my gas. Turns out we had mutual friends. That's the beauty of New Jersey. But anyway, let's get started with what's going on, presented by Sonic on East Boyd. If you are still in Baton Rouge and you're a student, go ahead to Sonic on East Boyd, show your student ID card, and you can get 10% off your order. I think Sonic is probably better than Domino's. No offense, David. But anyway, let's go. Yeah,
I agree with you.
All right, let's get into LSU Baseball. David, they have been tearing it up in the SEC tournament. This has been a completely new team, especially last night when they were down 5-0 against South Carolina. Came back in the 4th inning, then struggled. Then South Carolina went back up 10-7, but they prevailed, David. They ended up winning 11-10. What does this tell you about this team?
It tells me that they've been listening to my motivational speeches. It tells me that this team has their head on the shoulders, and we got hot. In the SEC, they got to be scared. We got hot. They're scared. You know what? I got a little gift.
Minutes in.
Today we got to do things. I love the Yankees. I didn't mean to throw you like that.
That's all right.
Judge. But, oh my God. I've been losing my mind every day because I was like, first game, we cruised through Georgia. I'm like, I don't care about the Bulldogs. That's nothing. Kentucky the next day, I'm like, okay, are we hot? I'm like, boys, I'm looking to my imaginary boys. I'm like, boys, are we hot? I text my buddy Dylan. He's like, we're hot. If Dylan says we're hot, I'm fully aboard. And yesterday, oh my God. So, funny story. I was on the subway during the game, so I couldn't watch like the first couple innings. So I was on Twitter. I'm scrolling like while it was a stop at the subway. So we finally got a little bit of internet connection. I'm scrolling. I see Thatcher Hurd 5Ks. So I quote tweeted real quick. I'm like, oh my God, is he back? And then like 30 seconds later, KLSU, Andon and Andre, they replied instantly to my tweet. They're like, you might want to check again. So I checked again. Like once I got off the sub, I'm like, no, what's going on? I needed some reassurance. I needed to know that we were good. I texted Dylan. I said, is everything gonna be okay? He said, bro, he gave me 2 words. Bro, trust. Yo, we won the game. And I got 2 words. I got 3 words for any LSU fan who doesn't believe in us. Dude, shut up.
You think Jake Brown saw your tweet in the dugout?
I love Jake Brown. Jake Brown seen my tweet.
I think he did too. Yeah, I think he was in the dugout. He has a secret phone because maybe Jay Johnson's still taking their phones away. Maybe he has like a flip phone and he's able to get Twitter on there and he saw your tweet. And he said something.
I want whoever's running the LSU Baseball Instagram, I need them to show the whole team all the voice messages that I've been sending every single day now. Tell them, let's go.
Hold on. You've been DMing the Instagram? Is that what you've been voice messages? Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, I thought we all did that.
No, we don't.
That's our boys.
You just what do you say? What's the most popular phrase?
Let's go, boys. Let's get it. Let's get in there. Let's rock out. Keep your head straight. And don't rush things. Let's not try to make any elusive plays that we can't make. Let's get in the game and let's just win this. Let's dismantle the team in front of us. Let's play for our brothers, for the purple and gold next to us, there behind us, the purple and gold that isn't in the country, that's still rooting for us.
This is coach type stuff. Jay Johnson.
I'm ready to be out there. Listen, give me the call and I'm back. I'm at Hoover tonight. Give me the call.
All right, you'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for tonight. I think you're hyping them up. I truly do think. I'll say that maybe Jake Brown listened to you a little bit, but LSU.
Michael Braswell, he definitely listened to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
I think he was upset. He was like, "There's no way I'm losing to South Carolina." He transferred out of there last year, and he wanted to win against LSU. It really did just mean more for him.
Hey, shout out Steven Milam too. Oh my God, the kid's been playing lights out.
I was watching the broadcast the other day, and they said he got his first haircut at 3 years old. And that was one of the reasons he got his nickname. Anyway, LSU, I just thought that was fascinating. I was like 3 days old. Wow. But LSU will have a break today, but they will take on either Kentucky or South Carolina in technically a rematch tomorrow as they look to further their chances of winning the SEC tournament. Anyway, David, let's get to another team in LSU. LSU Softball. They will be playing this weekend, or tonight rather, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central Time, against Stanford. This is they're getting to the Super Regionals. They have an opportunity to win. But David, my question for you is: if they don't win today, does head coach Beth Torina stay in LSU Tiger?
That's a difficult question because Beth Torina, she's done so much for the program and she's truly elevated LSU softball. But it is coming to the point where there's fans and there's critics alike that are going to be like, hey, when is softball gonna, go above, what we expect? When are they gonna finally take it all or make a big run for it? And that's valid. I do think if we don't make it like in Supers, I think she might be gone because it's not that she's not a good coach, but like this might have been the year to go big and get everything, and falling short would just, kind of be a little slap on the forehead. But still, the team's been playing amazing. They've been rallying, and they're having fun doing it. So definitely, I'm going to have to send out one of my little motivational speeches to the LSU softball team right after we're done recording this because they need to go out there and they need to kick Stanford's ass. They need to show them smart boys that we're smart in Louisiana too.
Yeah, you better start DMing that softball team. But I do think she's gone. And more of it is based on Scott Woodward, I think, and the athletic department than it is Beth Torina. Because if you think about it, Scott Woodward came in 2019. Since then, LSU has had a new football coach, a new women's and men's basketball coach, new tennis coaches, new gymnastics, technically, even though Jay Clark was still at LSU. He got promoted. And I think there's been a few more here and there. really the longest coaches who have been here at LSU is with volleyball and softball.
Yeah.
But Beth Torina isn't, I don't want to say she isn't winning. They're getting to the playoffs, but they're not getting over the hump. And that was kind of the same debate with gymnastics for the last few years. Well, they can only get so far. Maybe they can make it to the Final Four. And then they won it. But I agree with you, David. To me, this is the year. They have the veterans. They have what I think is an elite team that they can go out there and they can win. Especially they can beat a team like Stanford. I don't know if they're going to be able to go out there and beat Oklahoma. If it comes to that again, I don't know if that's going to happen as Oklahoma's looking to four-peat. But I do think that this is the year that Beth Torina needs to win, or at least just get to the World Series since they haven't been there since 2017.
Oklahoma is scary, but you know what? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Just look at yesterday. Just look at yesterday.
It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over.
Aaron,
it ain't over till we say it's over. Till the Tigers say it's over. Oh my guys, I'm like homesick. I'm like Louisiana sick. What's going on with me today? I'm like on a big Tiger motivational speech.
You're going through it. You want to be there. You want to be.
I missed the environment already.
Well, it's okay, David. You got a few more years left, so you'll be fine. And with that comes Seimone Augustus, who will be with the women's basketball team. I know you're happy about that, I'm sure, but she just got a statue outside next to Shaq in 2023, and now she's coming home to Baton Rouge to be an assistant head coach with Kim Mulkey, David.
Mulkey's she's building something. Mulkey's cooking right now. Let's let Mulkey cook. I'm so excited that Seimone Augustus is back on campus officially. And I'm just saying officially because she was already back on campus. Everybody around LSU knew that she was always here. Any women's basketball event, she was right there. So it only makes sense. Come in, come coach. It's gonna be great on recruiting. I mean, I'm sure that all the recruits coming in are gonna love to see that. All the players on the team are gonna love to have that experience from Seimone, that mentorship. It's only good things for this team.
I think this is really good because, like you said, there was a lot that had happened this year. Despite the team coming off the national championship, that whole, does Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark not like each other? That was a whole fake debate that kind of the media just, here's bait, let's see if we can get that. That wasn't true. But then everything with Kim Mulkey and the Washington Post, what was going to come out about that? What players like her? What players don't? And then just all of this with, like, Angel Reese getting, I put suspended in air quotes because it was never solidified that she was suspended, but being absent from the team, I should say, for a few games. I think Seimone Augustus can come in and bring in a different type of feel to this team, someone who's been to the WNBA. She's coached for 1 year with the LA Sparks in the WNBA. I think that makes a very big difference. And she knows Kim Mulkey. They have a good relationship. All of this comes after Johnny Derrick retires after 24 seasons. I do think she is probably the perfect fit, I would say, for this LSU basketball team, especially one that I guess you could say didn't live up to the expectation with, Angel Reese being there and Haley Van Lith, that they just didn't. A lot of people are like, they're a lock. They're going to win another natty. And that just doesn't happen because it's hard to do. I think Seimone Augustus brings in a whole new energy that this team kind of desperately needed after all the drama that they faced last season.
Yeah, people don't often, put into their heads how hard it is to repeat a national championship run. I mean, Oklahoma's 4-peat. That's insane. It's insane to even win 2 in a row. Look at every single LSU team the year after their championship run. And things are going to fall off. You're going to lose players. You're going to lose staff. People are going to go. But even with that, the women's basketball team didn't do that bad. We still made the Elite Eight.
Right.
We still went far, had some great games, got some great showings, but some people might call the season a bust because Haley Van Lith didn't play to her potential, because Angel Reese missed a couple games, because we didn't have everything perfect. But they still went out there, they gave everything, and it shows to everybody else that Kim Mulkey's trying to recruit, because the recruiting isn't over. The recruits still want to come down to the boot. They still want to add on to the legacy that Reese left, that everybody else left. And Seimone Augustus, perfect example of somebody who left a legacy at LSU, has her own statue out there. That's somebody you really would want to learn from, somebody that can only do great for this team, for this program.
Yeah, and she's brought the team to multiple Final Fours when she was there, 2004, 2005, 2006. And even though to learn from an experienced coach in Kim Mulkey, but I also think you want to learn from somebody who's won from Baton Rouge in that city, knows that area well, and has said, I've won here, and I've won in multiple places, and I can do this. And I think just bringing in somebody who's a little younger, who, again, has this experience, can relate to players, can show them, or at least prep them better for the WNBA. Kim Mulkey's great, don't get me wrong, but she's never had to coach in the WNBA and things of that nature. Seimone Augustus has, and I think that it's going to mean more, especially with all this NIL happening, which we're going to get to in a moment. You need somebody on your team who says, you want to be in Baton Rouge, and here's all the reasons why. I'm from Baton Rouge. I know everything about it. And I think that would be very helpful.
And she's going to help the recruiting, but just like you said, having a great leadership there isn't the only thing nowadays to get plays. You need some of that money.
And that's exactly what we're going to get into, as there was a breaking story yesterday as the NCAA settled a lawsuit, and now all 5 power conferences are allowed to pay, or their schools rather, are allowed to directly pay players in forms of NIL. So that's never happened before in history. Schools have never been able to directly pay an athlete, and now that is finally happening. David, you played football in high school, so let's pretend a little bit. Let's say now you're going to college. Does this affect your decision if you are a 5-star athlete and you want to go to LSU now that a school can pay you?
Yeah, man. If they was doing this, I'd be playing football right now. They wouldn't be a Purple Room. What? You was paying me? I would have worked through any injury I had. I would have gave myself a new knee with the money the school was giving me. It's amazing what they're doing. And I just want to go all the way back and just say shout out Destroying, because I really feel like Destroying, the YouTuber, was the one who really brought a lot of attention to, like, yo, what the NCAA is doing is not fair. They're monetizing everything off of these athletes. You can't even sign a jersey for money without them coming at you. And college players were getting nothing, and you're working like a professional athlete, because we call them student athletes, but they're training most of the time. They're going to class, but their job is to play football here or to play whatever sport they're playing. So it's amazing that they're getting paid. I love to see the athletes getting compensated. A lot of these athletes are people who come from nothing, who've never even seen $100,000. So now that these schools have millions to divide to these players, and not only it's also going to help out, players that aren't on scholarships. All them walk-ons. It's going to add more roster availability. We're going to be able to spread money out to different people. I love it. And if I was an athlete back then and schools were paying money, we're going to have to see who got the most. Who got the most money?
Well, you're not loyal to LSU anymore. You're just like, who is the most?
Oh, no. LSU would have the most money.
Okay. That's how you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm like, who got the most money? I come to BK office. I'm like, hey, BK. I'm ready to work, coach.
Well, and that's exactly what BK said. BK made it very clear that NIL is not all he's concerned about. Like, look, I'm just saying, he said this 2 weeks ago, so this was before all of this had happened on Thursday. But he said, so they are here in terms of NIL and the businesses that want to support NIL. But Brian Kelly said, we are not going to go out and buy players. So he's making it very clear. I think this is one of the big reasons Nick Saban retired with this whole NIL switch. But Brian Kelly made it very clear that he's not going to go out and buy players. And all of that comes from with Jaden Rashada, the Georgia quarterback, who this week said that he is suing the University of Florida and Coach Billy Napier and a few other members of the Booster Club because he was promised $13.85 million. And all of that failed in terms of NIL deals. So he never got the NIL money that he was promised. His lawyers, rather, are calling this a fraudulent misrepresentation and a civil conspiracy to commit a fraud. So all of that's happening. At the same time, the NCAA settles this lawsuit where they will give $2.7 billion in monies to all athletes from 2016 forward. And Adam and I were talking a little bit, and he was saying, our producer was saying that somebody like Joe Burrow will likely earn more money than somebody else who wasn't as popular in terms of the NIL money, because Joe Burrow did not get the NIL money. when he was here or when he was at LSU making all of the money. So this is, to me, this is a very big change because this gives athletes an opportunity from 2016 on to make money. It's a very large settlement. And like you were saying, David, I agree, because I don't know if you remember with Chase Young when he got suspended for 2 games when he was at Ohio State. He was on track to break records, do it very early in his college or the end of his college career, early in the season. And he didn't because he borrowed money from a friend, I believe, to fly his girlfriend out to a game. And he gave the money back, but was still suspended. And that doesn't make any sense to me, and it never really did. And I agree with you too, David. There's been multiple players who said, my parents don't have houses, my mom is sleeping in a car, and all the leagues are making all this money for me, the schools are making all this money for me. And now I think that they finally have an opportunity to make money. And I think that's very important, and they're getting what they deserve.
It's looking like it's going to be a good future. Now, be bumpy roads like that Jaden Rashada case. That's going to have to be solved soon. I know that within NCAA giving that $2.7 billion, they also said that like no one else can sue them. They're like, all right, we're going to give you all this money, stop suing us. So they're going to try to get this thing resolved quick. But yeah, in the case of Jaden Rashada, he kind of got played. Billy Napier kind of played him right there. Told him, because he had an offer. Rashada had an offer. He was already ready to go play at Miami. He already had like $9 million. They was offering him. He says, nah, I'm not going to Miami. UF is giving me $13 million. And then Napier's like, never mind, bro, you got it. So he kind of just lost. It was like a double whammy. He lost the $9 million from Miami, and he lost the $13 million. So that was messed up, Coach. You can't do that. And BK is right to come out early and say, we not buying players. If you want that $20 million, that $13 million, you can go risk it somewhere else. But you're going to get money here. You're going to get money at LSU. It's a great NIL collective. There's so many businesses around that are just throwing money towards the athletes. If you're coming in money hungry, that already sets a bad precedent. That tells Coach what type of player you are. And I agree with Coach for saying that, because I wouldn't want anybody on my team. If I was a coach, I wouldn't want anybody that's coming solely for the money. Do you enjoy this program? Do you see yourself fitting into this? Do you see yourself playing here? Do you see yourself graduating from this school? And then you can add on how much money you want to make. Because I know you want to make some money. I want to make some money too. And speaking of making some money, Trish, what sport we signing up for? What athletes are we going to become? I'm thinking we got to start playing tennis. Get on the tennis team.
Yeah, tennis. I wish I played golf. I could have a scholarship right now. You're right. Women's golf is the most underrated scholarship. They don't have a lot of scholarships for women's golf. It's the least in the country, and has been. My parents should have put me in golf, and they never did, because I would be NIL. I'd buy my parents 3 houses by now. But no, they didn't want to invest in my future. It's all right.
And I'm trying to play some golf.
Golf.
No, you can't change it up now. You were saying golf the whole time. Don't say golf now.
I'll play golf.
Oh my God, you're just like Carl Anthony Towns. You know how he has like 2 voices?
Yep.
you got 2 different goals. You got golf.
I'm self-aware though. I don't know if he's aware that he has 2 different voices, but I am self-aware. It depends on who I'm around. Sometimes I bring up the New York accent. Sometimes people are like, you kind of have a little country twang right now. It just depends. I'm like, I just fit in with the crowd.
Hey. Oh.
Anyway, let's move on. Graduations. I don't know if you went to any, David. When did you come back home? It was last week, so you didn't get to make it to any LSU graduations?
I was with our great buddy Nicholas Lopez. I'm gonna miss you, King.
So you went to the graduation, is that right?
I went to his graduation. I went to his graduation party.
Oh, okay, a little different.
That's basically a graduation. That's the same thing.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes it to our point that graduations are very long. They're very exhausting. I know high school graduations are a lot of time outside, at least up here in the north. I'm not sure if Louisiana can do it like that just because it's so hot, but they're kind of boring, being honest. So, David, what would you do to change the way graduation is constructed? Would you make it shorter? Would you change up speeches? What would you do?
I love that you're asking me this question, because I was pondering on this literally like last week. I was like, yo, graduations are boring. So when I'm stinking rich and have all the money in the world to host the best graduation on earth, here's what we got to do. the length isn't the problem. It's what we're doing. Like, I'm not trying to hear somebody talk. Like, the commencement speeches are amazing. Let's make it 2 minutes. 2-minute speech. Get up there. What's up, guys? Life is going to suck after this, but keep pushing. God bless. And then let's turn up. Why was there no artist performing? Why can't we get Boosie out there? Get them lit. This is a graduation. Why are we treating it like a funeral? Let's get happy. Let's have fun. Let's get some food. Let's get the face paint going on. Let's get the bouncy the bounce houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And trust me. Look, when's the last time you've been in a bouncy house? When you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
It's the greatest way to leave college and enter the workforce. You gotta go out with a bang. Bring back some of that childhood. Get back in that bouncy house. You know, get the face paint. Have Boosie up there turning everybody up. You gotta have fun. I'm just like, yo, these graduations, what are they doing? I see some graduations where they won't even let you dance, like after you get your diploma, and you got the dudes in the comments like, oh, what are you doing? Just get your stuff and go. I'm like, look, you're a downer. So yeah, just make graduations like a party. Graduation should just be a party.
I'm here for it. I think that forget about the celebrities. I don't want a celebrity telling me about how I can go off to the real world. I just don't. Like, you're a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. Everyone's in college debt. You're not. Let's move on. I don't want the celebrity being there telling me that life is so great after graduation and that there's so much you can do and the world is your oyster. You're a millionaire. Stop telling me what to do. Like, you're the 1%. And that's great. I'm happy for you. I'm not a hater. But I don't need you telling me what to do in life. Like, I have to go work probably for the rest of my life while you can quit right now, while you're ahead if you wanted to.
You know, the only time they should bring in a celebrity is for the celebrity to tell the whole college that they're paying everybody's student debt. And I'm like, I love you.
Well, with that, in terms of money, let's get to No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air. David, what do you have for us this week? There's a ton of sports going on.
What do I have? You know what I got, Trish. You know what I got. I got LSU Baseball tomorrow. That's what I got.
Right.
I don't care who we go against. South Carolina, University of Kentucky. You can throw the whole SEC at us. We'll take them out one by one. We'll dismantle everybody in front of us. Hey, tomorrow, LSU, I got Tommy White, another tank. And I got Bear Jones, another tank. Both of our biggest hitters. They're going to go out there. They're going to do something. I got, who else I got? Let's think. We got Milo.
Yeah.
We got everybody. I just got everybody.
Jake Brown.
Jake Brown's going to do his thing. Larson's going to come out there and wake up the beast, wake up the monster.
Okay.
I'm just going to, we're gonna pitch great. Do we know who's pitching tomorrow?
I'm not sure who's pitching tomorrow.
Lever's going in there. Don't scare me. Don't
hurt him.
Don't scare me. Let's start hot, boys, and let's just push through this. Let's push through the rest of the tourney. Show the SEC that we're back. Show the entire NCAA that we are back.
There you go. I'm hyped. And honestly, let's go to the LSU alums because that's who I'm going with. I'm going with Aaron Nola and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are hot right now. They're the best team in baseball. And Aaron Nola right now, he's pitching second. Like, he's second in the rotation. One of the best. Wait. Hear me out, though. Hear me out because I understand. But you got to agree, David. I'm a Yankees fan. You got to agree, though. Baseball is better when the Yankees and the Phillies are both very good. The Phillies are playing the Rockies. Rockies are a plus 1.5. Phillies minus 1.5. But this is on Saturday. Aaron Nola is expected to pitch on Saturday at 8:10 CT. Phillies aren't losing this. I think they're going to sweep the Rockies this week. Next, I got one more bet for you, David. Let's just talk about Ant-Man. All right, a few weeks ago I said that PJ Washington was the big three with the with the Mavs. Kyrie, Luka, then PJ Washington. Not so fast. You said it a few weeks ago because they have Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards was right. And I think the Timberwolves are going to win tonight. All right, they play the Mavs, the spread, minus 112, Timberwolves, minus 108. They're going to take this away. Anthony Edwards is not going to let this team lose again to go down 0-2. It's just not going to happen. The Mavs are back. The city of Minnesota's back. And it's exciting.
Hey, you know what? I wasn't going to throw in a second bet. But you're talking NBA playoffs right there. I'm going to have to go against you. I love Minnesota. I love Anthony Edwards. But In this series, he gonna be Anthony Edwards because he can't get it done. Because I'm telling you, the Mavs, we're doing everything. We got Luka Doncic, we got Kyrie, and they're gonna go crazy. Listen, I've been the biggest Kyrie fan all my life. It hurt my heart when he left Goat James. I don't want to, ponder into his mind, but he's found himself here. It took a couple of jumping from team to team. He's really found himself in the Mavericks. And you heard what he said. When Ant-Man was talking about, oh yeah, I got KD, I got Kyrie. Bet. Kyrie said, who you got?
We'll wait and see tonight and see, but I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to let this go.
That's the only time I root for a Dallas team. Only time I'll ever root for a Dallas team.
All right, whatever. I'm sick of all this. The Rangers, whatever. We'll come back to this another day. That's all we have for you. That was No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air. Thank you so much for joining me, Patricia Caputo, and him, David Bartholomew, on Season 2, Episode 1 of the Purple Room Podcast. We'll be back next week. Be sure to stay tuned. Thanks for hanging with us today.
Go team.